Hello everyone, welcome to chapter 9 of Sai in My Thoughts. It is around 9:30 in the night. Winter is slowly gaining its power. Almost all of Shirdi is in sleeping state. Covering his body with a shawl, Mahalsapati is slowly walking towards Dwarakamai, holding a small lamp in his hand. He is thinking and worrying about his beloved god Sai. This year, cold waves have started from Margasisha month itself. There is no doors to Dwarakamai, and moreover, it has no proper roof on it. Sai, how are you spending these nights there? Sai is sitting alone in front of the Dhuni. Even though he is physically present there, it appears that he is roaming somewhere else. He is coughing repeatedly and breathing heavily. Mahalsapati slowly entered the masjid. Sai, you are not well. If you permit, shall I bring the doctor? Sai opened his eyes and smiled. Bhakt, what can a doctor do? Mahalsapati also smiled. I know, Sai, if it is your sankalp, you can cure yourself. But you are not doing that. You are accepting the suffering. We are unable to see you like this. I am not suffering, Bhakt. Allah sent this body to do karmas. So, sufferings belong to the body. My duty is to take care of this body and to fulfill the duties that God assigned to me. I will do that. I will, Sai replied. Mahalsapati felt happy and took Sai's hands into his hands and held them with love. You are so kind, Sai. You are taking the pains and burdens of all the people. You never send anyone hopeless once they step into Dwarakamai. Sometimes I fear to see how you bear all this. He spoke in a shaky voice. If my people suffer, then what is the use of me, Bhakt? Sai laughed loudly and went into a coughing fit. Mahalsapati brought some water for Sai to drink, but Sai stood up suddenly and walked out. Where are you going, Sai? Mahalsapati put the water glass aside and ran after him. Sai did not reply. He is walking briskly. Mahalsapati felt it difficult to catch his pace. Sai stopped under a tree near Dwarakamai and sat down. Mahalsapati sat near him. Sai, why have you come here? You are already suffering from cold. It is winter. Why are you sitting in this open air? Sai did not listen to all these words. He is looking constantly towards the vibrant full moon in the sky and murmured something. Mahalsapati strongly believed that Sai is talking with the angels in the sky. Bhakt, follow me. Sai suddenly stood up again and entered into Dwarakamai. Mahalsapati stood in front of Sai. Sai stretched both of his hands and held the shoulders of Mahalsapati and said with firm voice, Bhakt, listen carefully. I am leaving this body now. Protect my body for 3 days. If I return, it will be all right. If I do not, bury my body in that open land and place 2 flags there as a mark. Sai pointed out a place in front of Dwarakamai. Mahalsapati cried loudly, No, Sai, don't do that. We can't live without you. I beg you, don't do that. We will become orphans without you. I won't allow you to do it. His voice broke and tears slid down his face, his lean body trembling with fear. Sai replied slowly, Don't fear, Bhakt. I will be with you always. Can't you wait for me for 3 days? Until that time, my body will not have any life. I am completely confident that you will take care of this body until I return. No, Sai, I won't allow you. What is the guarantee that you are coming back? If you say with full confidence that you are coming back, I can wait here not for 3 days but for my entire life. But I cannot imagine this body without life. He holds Sai and cried continuously. I know the love you have for me. Trust me, I will come back. After saying this, Sai fell down slowly. Mahalsapati caught him in time and kept Sai's head in his lap. Sai's breathing stopped along with his pulse. It seemed as if Sai's prawn left his body. Sai, Sai, Mahalsapati shouted, weeping continuously. You left all of us in darkness. I cannot live without talking to you even for a minute. How could you ask me to wait for 3 days? He leaned and hugged Sai's head and tried to wake him up. Listening to Mahalsapati cries, people came running. They are astonished to see Sai lying on Mahalsapati's lap. They shouted, Sai, what happened to you? Sai, wake up. Sai, talk to us. There is chaos everywhere. All the people present are crying. Mahalsapati controlled himself and tried to pacify the villagers. Don't cry, my dears. Sai will come back. He told me that he will come back within 72 hours. Sai never lies. He is just taking rest. Don't disturb him with your sorrow. He will definitely come back for us. He loves us all. He never breaks his promise. After listening to him, some relief shone in their faces. But still, they are not confident. They discussed within themselves that a body without life may damage within hours. Then, how to protect it for 72 hours? Mahalsapati is sitting still with his eyes closed, his lips chanting the name of Sai. Everybody settled there chanting the name of Sai. Hundreds of people were chanting the name of Sai and wishing that Sai should come back. Time is moving slowly. Nobody is moving from that place. They are touching Sai and testing whether his breath has come back. They are doing this every second, waiting eagerly for Sai to come back. All are continuing the chanting. Only one word can be heard there, Sai. Village officials arrived at Dwarakamai. Mahalsapati, already 24 hours are completed. You are keeping a dead body in your lap. It is not good. Let us start doing the last rites. Mahalsapati shouted loudly. No, Sai will come back. He did not die. Whatever happens to the universe, Sai will keep his promise. Let me wait till the end of the time given by Sai. After that, you can do whatever you want. There is no change in the body. All are serving Sai as if he is alive. Someone is massaging his hands, someone his legs, someone is using a hand fan to provide some cool air. As days passed by, Mahalsapati sat still with hope on his face, a belief that Sai will never lie. With Sai's body on his lap, he sat full 3 days guarding it. Sai always called him Bhakt. Now it is his turn to show a true symbol of devotion. The earth and the air around seems to have taken the responsibility of safeguarding their beloved Lord. Even as days passed on, the body is not changing its nature. After 3 days passed, at about 3 o'clock in the morning, Sai showed signs of life. Suddenly, there is a movement in his body. He opened his eyes. Mahalsapati yelled loudly in excitement. Sai came back! Sai came back! Sai stood up and stretched his hands as if he is coming out of a deep sleep. He looked at everyone. When everyone was staring at him with disbelief, Sai said, "Arey, why are all of you worried? See, I came back to you. I am with you everywhere. Even if I am not physically present, trust me, I will never leave my people in any circumstances." Everyone shouted in happiness. Mahalsapati is staring at Sai, still not believing his eyes. "Sai, you kept to your word. Frankly speaking, you did this to teach us a lesson for life. By this, you made everyone believe that you are eternal, almighty, and our protector in every birth." Sai took Mahalsapati's hands with great affection and said, "Bhakt, you proved it yourself that Shraddha and Saburi will always make you a winner. Devotion and Saranagati are different. You may or may not be a good devotee, but if you believe your God and surrender yourself, there is no difference between God and devotee. You are my true Bhakt." What else does Mahalsapati want in his life than this? He understood that well and immediately touched the feet of Sai, his tears washing the feet of Sai. Everyone moved with emotion of joy and devotion. People chanted loudly,
साईनाथ महाराज की
"He who can give life to the dead, he who can be mortal even when being immortal, he who surrenders himself to bhakti, surrender to him. Om Sai Ram." Every Thursday, I will post one chapter from my book, Sai in My Thoughts. Please watch. Thank you.